guess it's been a series of epiphanies that have made me realize that there's no upside to just being circumspect and trying to be a nice guy in this environment. This is full-on media warfare, information warfare, political warfare, 21st century, like we've never seen before, and coordinated globally. The other thing for me has been the personal journey of coming to terms with what the World Economic Forum really represents. And I really resisted that. People initially were coming to me talking about the Great Reset. And I was like, oh, this is crazy talk. But then it's all documented. And then you see it being deployed. Here it is. They're proud of it. They don't hide it. This is the vision. It is a full-on globalist totalitarian vision with the money in control. And I did a lot of political science when I was an undergraduate in the early 80s. And I had read things like books about transnationalism in the New World Order. I found that fascinating but confusing. How could this possibly happen? And now to see it playing out in real time and in a way in which national sovereignty, governments are increasingly irrelevant. You know, that's the thing that folks got to wake up about. This is not about the vaccine. The vaccine is a symptom. That's a really hopeful message going into the new year, is that there's a growing cohort of people that are increasingly aware of how thoroughly we've been manipulated. I thought I was red-pilled. You know, I've been on the inside for so long and seen Tony Fauci's machinations for so long. That's my origin story, was the initial AIDS crisis starting in '83 when I was at Davis. So I saw the hardball politics. It's not that I haven't been aware of that, but I had not been aware before of the information control that is globally coordinated. I mean, the Trusted News Initiative is profound. What that means, that has become the Ministry of Truth. And what Twitter's doing right now, that I think with Alex Berenson's bold and brave lawsuit taking on Twitter, and then I've had a bunch of lawyers come to me because of getting deplatformed or canceled, I think is really the right term. Certainly people can't deny anymore. There's so much evidence. And the CNN ratings keep slipping, yay. Maybe we're going to see some change in 2022. There is kind of a growing movement and awareness that part of the problem here is the structure of how we have been building our organizations and doing business in a deep, profound way, and just a dissatisfaction with what one sees at the World Health Organization and the CDC and the whole HHS structure in the United States, where you have carefully controlled information. Only one leader is allowed to speak. Only one leader is allowed to represent the position. I think that is going to turn out to be one of the changes here, is there's a growing awareness that that model is dysfunctional, broken, and it needs to be fixed. For me, it has been an awakening journey. There's no question. I didn't seek this. I never expected it. I find myself at the center of this storm of the resistance. And that's what it is, really. And I'm still amazed. But it has profoundly changed my view of the information that we receive. You talk about me becoming more outspoken. I've seen that with my peers, too. So, for instance, Peter McCullough, he's kind of chilled out a little bit. But when you're attacked all the time, and you have all of this weaponized information against you, and no respect. I mean, I'm Mr. Malone, who claims to have invented, all this language, classic yellow journalism language, to have it all deployed against me, and absolutely no respect for what I actually did. They never cite all the patents. They just gloss over all that. This is asymmetric warfare. We're basically in a guerrilla warfare situation, and we got to play it smart. Because what I'm seeing is the other side is generally not very smart. They have a big hammer, they've got all kinds of resources, but they don't seem to be very bright. I don't know what's going to happen in 2022, but there's some encouraging signs. You know, I try really hard to look for the silver lining in things. And if this whole trauma that we've been through nationally and globally leads to an awareness of how interconnected we are and the need for healing and the need for community and the importance of integrity and the importance of human dignity, that's kind of the perhaps naive, Pollyannish, hopeful position in response to the Great Reset, is people use the term the Great Awakening.